Good evening. My name is Gene by Gene. Now I know what you might be thinking. Gene, you're such a well of knowledge and guidance. Why don't you ever have a Q&A? Well, luckily for you, I am doing a Q&A now. But am I going to answer your questions? No. I'm going to answer questions that I went online and found. These people want me to answer their questions? No. Am I going to do it anyway? Yes. Because who the fuck is going to stop me? With that being said, first question. First question comes from Cartographer OK 1536 on Reddit. We're doing Reddit today. Talking about relationship advice. So that's what we're doing today. The question is, my boyfriend said I have a manly personality and that he fucked up with me. I'm confused by what he means. What does a manly personality mean if you're female? I do makeup, my hair, I cook him his dinner daily, pack his lunch, keep the apartment clean, put his laundry away, and take care of our kids. But somehow he said I have a man's personality in a woman's body and that he fucked up. Wouldn't that be insulting? Yes. That's disrespectful as fuck. But you know what? This is a classic case of a man with a fragile ego. Okay? This man cannot accept the fact, I'm sure, like, you shouldn't talk about it, but I'm sure when they get into fights and stuff, he is not very happy with the fact that she stands up for herself. He's not very happy with the fact that she's capable of, doing so much, and like he feels like she doesn't really need him. So she's a little bit too independent for him as well. This man, his ego is fragile. He feels insecure. He can't stand up to you. He hates it when you talk back to him during arguments, probably because he fucking doesn't know what to do about it. Because like he feels in himself that he's not man enough for you. And that's usually how things go. Things that happen to you or things that people do to you usually doesn't have to do with you at all. It has to do entirely with something going on within themselves. And this is one of those classic cases. If you ask me, nigga, which you didn't, but you should find a nigga that is more confident in himself and doesn't feel like he needs to. So find a guy that doesn't want, like a little mouse wife or whatever, who just like says yes dear and does everything he says, because that's what this man is looking for. Fuck him. He's the one who's fucking up, because you're doing all that, you're packing his lunch, you're cooking dinner daily, like, nigga, that's fucking crazy. Find somebody else. Fuck this dude. Next question. So this one's a little bit longer, and I'm gonna paraphrase it because ain't nobody got time for all that. Do you? No. This question is by Vincenzo. Old man hits on my girlfriend in front of his wife. Did I handle this situation correctly? So basically what's happening in this message is he talks about how him and his girlfriend were at the park, and an old man and his wife shows up, and they, just walked up beside them, and he compliments the old guy on his shirt, but then the guy's like, oh yeah, but your girlfriend got a fat ass though, basically. And then the guy, comes back and he says, like, oh, I like your wife, you know what I'm saying? And the guy gets mad, the old dude gets mad, as they do. And then he's asking basically, because the old him, I guess, used to be a lot more like, like, don't talk to my girl like that, I'm gonna whoop your ass, which I understand. So he's asking, the question at the end, what would you have done in this situation? Now, the old man was hitting on my girlfriend, which has happened to me many a times. I don't know if y'all know, but my girlfriend gets, it doesn't even matter. It's not even old people. It's just like wherever we go, people just really like her energy. So they tend to like gravitate towards her. If we go out somewhere, they're always asking her questions, but they don't want to say nothing to my black ass, but whatever. So basically, I think you did the right thing, right? You just made a little joke back. Haha, I like your wife. Fuck your wife up. Just to make him mad, like, when he's like, oh, don't talk about my wife that way, and he walks away. When he was talking shit about your girl, you know what I mean? It's just how people are. It's weird that his wife was okay with that, but like you said in the email, which I didn't mention, But he thinks that, you know, the wife is just sticking around because, you know, the guy takes care of her, stuff like that, which, you know, I get, but that's shitty on his part to, like, hit on another woman, especially in front of his wife. But, honestly, you're better than me, because I would have talked big shit. Because, I mean, there's a couple things I could think of off the bat, right? There's the classic "your dick doesn't work" joke. I mean, I don't know. If he had a cane, I would have snatched his cane. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. You gave him, you know, said a little joke back. You got him mad. That's the whole point. If you become toxic and feed into the energy that he's trying to put on you, like, yeah, I feel like I'm talking a lot about energy in this, which I'm not like a big hippie dude, regardless of how I'm looking currently. But I don't know. Next time, pull your dick out or something, though. Why not? You know, why not? Fuck it. If he was wearing alligator shoes, you could have said his dick looks like his shoes. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen an old dick? They're very wrinkly. Not speaking from any particular experience. Looks like an old leather belt. It looks like an elephant's kneecaps. It looks like the part of your shoe that creases when you like go on, like when you put your foot like that, and then it gets that crease right there in your shoe. That's what old dicks look like. You could have said all these things, but you chose not to because you are a good person, and I'm fucking proud of you, nigga. You ain't never gonna see this shit, but I'm proud of you. I'm like, fuck, there's something in my eye. You can't just run around beating old people up. It's crazy. You did great. Beat old people up. Let the coronavirus do that shit. Okay, last question. This question was asked by Disastrous Play 8729. It's titled, I need insight on why men are secretive about porn. Okay, so I found out the guy that I am with has been secretly watching porn on his PC and phone. I told him that I was upset by it, but if he insisted on it, that he needed to do it in the open. He insisted that he had stopped and had no urges, but after months of saying this, I found out he never stopped and had just been lying about it. When I asked him why he was sneaking around about it and lying to me and what he was getting from it, all I got for an answer was, I don't know. Can anyone help me understand why he would need to sneak and lie about it? We have a great sex life, but I'm losing respect for him and therefore losing interest in him as well. Thanks for your help. Please, serious responses only. Wow. Disastrous Play. I'm about to give you the most serious response that you're ever gonna get. Okay, so here's how it works. Now, I don't speak for all men when I say this, but I will say from my perspective that men just like to be private about porn. It's like that relation. It's a weird relationship that a man has with his dick, just like a man and his dog. You know what I mean? It's like a pet that you keep with you all the time, and you have this special time. You have this special time that's just for y'all, and it's not about, you know, it's not about like, oh, I'm watching like, oh, my girlfriend's like this, but I want a girl like this, so I watch this type of porn. At least in my experience, it's not like that. I personally think that porn it's dangerous, right? Because there are plenty of men that become addicted to porn, but I think that porn is just like drinking or weed or anything like that, cocaine, I don't know. But you have to set your boundaries. So personally with me, like, I don't watch any fucking like produced like studio porn, like, nigga, it's homemade only, nigga, it's amateur, nigga, it's why? Because I don't want to watch anything that I can't personally like have in life. So like, for example, I never watch videos of threesomes. Never. Why? Because like, A, I'm just not a threesome dude. I'm not really into that shit. And two, you know, like, as a person who wants to get like married and like this and that, like the idea of that doesn't really interest me in real life. So I'm not gonna watch, like, I'm not gonna fantasize and watch and like pine and stuff over something that I'm never going to experience. I think that is dumb. I think that is totally dumb. I personally only watch shit where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to do this with, you know, my lady, or like, oh, like, when me and my lady get older, we gonna be fucking like this, and like shit like that. Is that too much information? It might be. My point being that I think it's weird. Hold on, let me reread it. Let me see what part. Why is he sneaking around and lying about it? Well, because it's kind of your reaction, I think. It's because you're you know, coming at him like you're his mom or some shit. You're like, why are you looking at this? And it's like, no nigga wants to hear that shit. You know what I mean? Like, girls get very weird about porn. Oh, I mean, not all girls. Obviously, I don't speak for all women. But some girls get very weird about porn because they're just like,
he doesn't like me enough and I'm not enough to satisfy him. And,
it's not like that at all. It's just like, yo, let the nigga do his do. You know what I mean? Like, and it's weird. Like, and as a dude, it's weird to even talk about it with somebody, let alone your partner. I think it's weird that you want him, like, it's something he does himself that he enjoys. That's a private thing. But you're only okay with him enjoying it the way that you want him to. That's fucking weird and kind of controlling, if I'm being honest. I think that y'all need to have an honest conversation. It's all about the approach. That's what my therapist tells me. It's all about the approach. So when you have to come and tell somebody something, it's really about how you go into it. When you go into it with the attitude of like, why the fuck are you doing this? And like, he's gonna shut down immediately because, like, you know, you're turning into his mom. He don't want to hear that shit. I think that you should really come into it in like a very accepting way. I think you just need to relax a little bit, have a conversation, so that he feels like, not so he doesn't feel like guilty when he is enjoying himself, but at the same time, I don't think he's obligated to tell you when he does it or how much, because guys don't want to be judged on shit like that. Sometimes you got a bad week, nigga, and you just letting seeds fly. I don't know. I'm not speaking from experience. I'm just you just out here churning all this baby butter. There's nothing wrong with that, in moderation, as I always say. So, you know, to make a long story short, mind your fucking business, bitch. Thank you. Well, thank you very much for coming by. That was all the time that I am willing to give for these questions. Let me know what you think. I don't know when I'm going to make another one of these, but I will. I'll be scouring the internet and blessing you more with my knowledge. This has been Gene by Gene, and I don't know what this is going to be called, but this is what it is. This